Answer 1, I'm sorry, request to gentlemen. It is 3,000,
Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have a Hawker Hurricane, this fella here, spinning roundel edition. Let me just read the model number. This is AV4041-2. So, spinning roundel, that sounds cool, but I will show you in a minute what's that. But first of all, let me just show you a little bit of a watch and talk about the brand. So the brand is AV8 and they make some great leather bands for their watches. That's one of the biggest pluses I have on their watches. They do not come with crappy bands, and they some great bands. And this is basically AV8 is a micro brand. You see a couple of reviews before, but this one is really neat AV8 watch, and I will talk about it in a moment. I will give you all the specs and everything, but first of all I just want to show you box, what comes in the box, and I want to give you a wrist shot on the sunlight because it feels really pops on the sunlight. You don't want to miss this. Alright, this is the box, and I have to say I love their boxes. This is some kind of a canvas. It really mimics the military, and the entire brand AV8, they like aviation, and all of their watches are pilot's watches, aviator style watches, military inspired, but they have a unique design. They don't have a classical with the triangle and boring pilot's watches, which is fine, but every other brand makes them, and it's not really cool. So they do seek inspiration and vintage planes, Hawkers, Hurricane, and if you like planes, you know all about them, but I'm not gonna talk about that. It's a pretty much marketing spiel, and it's a cool. They have inspiration, but they don't have some real history connecting to the pilots like a Zenith or Omega or Breitling, and that's because they are micro brands, and micro brand watches are cool and they are not expensive. By the way, this one is $265 US on the website, but I'm sure you can find some discount code so it can be closer to 200 bucks. So it comes in a box, and the box is much better than Citizen or Seiko boxes, crappy cardboard boxes. This one's really nice, but just want to quickly show you what's inside. A little pillow, little microfiber cloth, you got your tags, you got a little instruction manual, pause and read, but who reads this anyways? And a little card, warranty card. So that's it. That's pretty much what you get in the box. But this is a cool military box. So if you know someone who likes military stuff and militaria and collect stuff, this is really super cool box. So as promised, right now I'm gonna put it on the wrist to show you the wrist shots. First things first, how it's on the wrist, the edcgunner. And now I'm gonna take you a little bit outside to give you full glare of this watch. Let me just try with the light. I have a new lamp. I have a new LED lamp, but it's nothing beats the sun, right? And on the wrist, it looks very nice. It has some polished parts, which I like. Not the biggest fan of strictly military watches, but I like this one. And enough talk, taking you to this sunshine. Okay, it's a bit windy outside, so the window will have to do, but I'm just trying to see, to show you all the depth of the dial and its full glory on the sunshine, because not all watches look nice on the sun, but this one truly does. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to, this could be a cool thumbnail photo. Alright. So I hope you can see all its beauty. I'm not gonna exaggerate, it's a nice band, and I'm getting pretty hot on the sun, so let's get back to the tabletop. So much better in the shade. I like summer, but mainly because of the seaside and cool, nice looking summer dresses. But enough about that. Let me just give you a brief rundown on the watch, and I can tell you this. You can see the depth of the dial. Let me just quickly try to zoom in. The dial has that depth. It's a cutout, and I hate skeleton dials. It's a high-end watch, but I like this. It's a 3D dial, and while we add it, let me just show you what's with the spinning roundel, and this is actually super cool. Check this out. This is a chronograph, basically chronograph, but this is a pretty neat feature, and kudos to them for design. I never seen this on any other watch. It's a similar design. Instead of a normal second hand there for the 10th of a second, this is a 10th of a second counter. They put this little roundel here, and it's super cool. And it's I know it's a gimmicky, it's like childish, but I love it. Don't tell anyone, I love it. And yeah, on the sides here, the case is highly polished, which I also love. When I want to have this little military watch, I don't want it to be all rugged. I like a little bit of a bling bling, as you could tell by my tactile link. I'm having a hard time deciding what to do with it. But yeah, it's 42 mils on a diameter with this onion crown. And let me just before I take it off the wrist, I just want to show you this lugs. You might have noticed this lugs before, but these lugs are just gorgeous, and they give out that vintagey shtick, and whatever you call it. But they are angled, and the entire watch is round, but these angled lugs are super cool. I love it, and the color of the band is also nice. This watch comes in various different colorations and color options, but to be honest, I love this one. And if I'm not too lazy enough to not to edit this video, I usually don't edit my videos, but you know what, I will put a link in the description box so you can check out the watch, and I'm gonna do anyways. But down there you have suggested models, so you can find all the other variations, and there are some cool variation. There's even one with the camo version of it, but yeah, that's it. So this is a chronograph. They say it's a Japanese what they said, it's a Japanese quartz chronograph, so I'm assuming this is a Miota. By this position, this could be Miota OS 20 or some higher Miota. And Miota, there's nothing wrong with Miota. Miota is made by Sitson, and just all micro brands are using it. So, but the difference between some micro brands and others that stand out, is that some micro brands decide to use Rolex Sculpies or IWC homages, pilots watches, but these guys seek inspiration in vintage, old planes, fighter jets, and stuff like that. Sorry, guys. And that's cool. So I want to quickly show you the case back. Just a little bit of smudges. I hate smudges, and when people put their finger on the crystal of the watch, I really hate it. Even if it's not my watch, I'm still hating it, and I'm not approving it. So if you wanna irk EDC gunner, just put your thumb on my crystal. And it's amazing how many guys are doing it. The watch guys. So here you have the Walker Hurricane, a little bit of a... This is a laser. Oh, this is not a laser etched. This is actually embossed inside. I'm just gonna try to show you. You can see all the smudges. I need to wipe it out better. You can see all the info here you need to know. 50 meter water resistant, that's because it's a chronograph. Hoka Hurricane 4041, this is the model. And what I like is what they did with this weather band. And weather bands are very good quality. This one's even better than the previous AV8s I had. And I just love the color, and this color can work with so many different watches. If you're having trouble to find out what kind of a band you might use on a watch, this color rocks. And you can see here these lugs. Let me just zoom in. These lugs are angled and they are brushed. They're appropriately brushed. The bezel is also, it's not polished, it's I think it's a brush, but it's a downwards, and the side of the watch is polished. The other side here, the cooler one, the business end, you can see the onion crown with this cool AV8 logo. And this is someone told me how do you call this target, but this is so minute detail, but it's a super cool, and it works well with the spinning roundel and everything else. And most of AV8 watches will do this on the crown. It's one of my favorite quirks on these watches as well. And the pushers are vintage. This watch, I used to have a Zenith chronograph, vintage Zenith, true pilot's watch. It was issued to the pilots. Fortunately, I had to sell it. I sold it, and it's one of my biggest regrets. But it had these kind of pushers. It was from the 50s with South Zero Park column wheel movement. It was exactly like this with these pushers, and it's a super cool. So what else? You can see it has 2 screws here on this side, and 4 and 8, and these screws are holding the top part of the dial, and down part. Oh, I can see so many fingerprints. Sorry, guys. Oh, CD kicks in. And down part here, you can see the like Geneva stripes dial, type of dial here, and what it works. I haven't tested that much of a loom, but the loom is, what can I say? It's a loom is, it's a decent loom. It's not a diver's watch. It has a badass loom. There is definitely a loom inside. Let me just try to show you. I don't have a good fancy camera for that, but it's a decent amount. It glows a little bit and fades after half an hour. You cannot even recognize it. But so yeah, let me just show you once more this spinning roundel, and it measures 10th of a second, and it gives you readouts. and this here measures 1 million minutes, and this is another. There's a lot of things here, but just like any other course chronograph, it has a lot of readouts that I don't really use, but I love chronograph complication. It's one of the hardest complication there is out there, and it's super fancy, and it's my favorite complication. Right behind it, it's roll time, I have to say. Yeah, here the buckle, it's a super heavy duty buckle, signed AV8, brushed finish, super nice band here. This band would probably run you at least $30 if you would buy it somewhere else. And I'm just saying, some folks would probably charge it even more. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys like the watch. I love it. This is a cool beater. If you wanna take out the micro brand way and just ignore the big brands that everyone else rocks, and it's like a uniform. You wanna step outside of the boundaries, and if you find a good discount code, I think this is a great buy. It's a good buy at the $265, but there are some of my YouTuber guys, Aaron Dunlap, Watches Galore, and Watch Addict channel. They have some cool 20-30 discount codes. Check them out. Tell them edcgunner sent you, and I'll put a link to the watch here, to this watch, to the AV8 website, so you can check it out. Some other color combinations, color combos, and this watch attracts looks on my wrist. People are looking at it. It's super nice, it's super fancy, and has that aviation airplane shtick that if you like pilot's watches, this is a cool take. And in general, AV8 has some cool pilot's watches designed, and they are not traditional like any other pilot's watch, which is nice, but you want something different. You cannot have a collection of 5 same looking pilot's watches from different brands like Coaco, Stola, Steinhardt, something different. Yeah, that's it. I'm EDC Gunner, and just like that, this review is over.